Hello, I'm Derek White with Dope Free Soldier. Every week I come here to talk to the men and women who are incarcerated and the men and women who have been released back into the society. I come here to remind you you're not your past, you're not a mistake, you're not a failure. So now, you must not deal with failure anymore. Failure cannot be a part of your DNA. But again, you're gonna have to make some choices. And the number one choice, people, places, things. People, places, things, people, places, things. They're not your friend. There's some things in your life that are very negative that you can no longer have a part of your life. It's time for you to go back home. It's time for you to mend some bridges that you burned so many years ago. It's time for you to forgive yourself. It's time for you to live and grow. But again, people, places, things. People, places, things. People, places, things. See, truth sounds like hate to people who hate to hear the truth. I'm going to say that again. Truth sounds like hate to people who hate to hear the truth. Every day, you got to get up and you got to look in the mirror. You got to tell yourself, am I winning? Am I doing the things I need to do to stay out of prison? Because there is a word called recidivism, and that word can no longer be associated with you. You must learn to say no to anything that dishonors you, and no is a complete sentence. Don't listen to the negative naysayers in your life. It's time for you to get your power back. It's time for you to live the life that you've been praying for while you was incarcerated. It's just time for you to go back home and stay at the right side of the table of life. But again, you got to count the cost, because there's going to be a 1090 waiting on you. 10% what offered to you and 90% how you react to it. See, every day it's you versus you, and you got to be winning. See, that problem that you're facing is going to always be in your face until you deal with it with grace. See, life is going to present the same challenges until you pass the test. So my question to you is, are you ready to pass the test? What are you willing to give up to live a great life? Because it's not much. All you're giving up is that old life. And that old life wasn't a winning life. See, your family deserves a better you in 2022. They deserve a new product. They deserve a new person. And you must be that person. You must be the change that you want your family to see. Like that old song says, less talking and a lot more action. They deserve you to get up. They deserve you to rise up. They deserve you to meet the challenges. Because you wrote a lot of letters home. You made a lot of promises. It's time to let the people know that have been praying for you that you appreciate them. And it's time to stay 10 toes down and make sure those 10 toes are always on solid ground. I learned in life that you may bob and weave at times, but you can't fall down. Weeble, wobble, but don't fall down. See, your mind is going to tell you all kind of crazy things. Your mind is going to tell you that you're entitled to a glass of wine at times. Your mind going to tell you it's okay to smoke a little herb. And your mind going to tell you why it's okay, because them bills, those kids and that woman has been getting on your nerve. But you got to learn to say no. See, you can't go back to yesterday. You got to quit cheating on your future with your past. You'll never have a great future holding on to your past. That's why it is called the past. So I challenge you to go forward every day. I challenge you to listen to the words that are spoken inside your mind, inside your head. See, I always tell my class, a positive mindset, positive life. Negative mindset, negative life. But again, you got to make a choice. See, you make the choice, and society, well, they make the consequences. And remember that old Beretta song, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. It's a brand new day, and it should be a brand new you. You got to realize that sometime in life we don't get do-overs. So stop giving do-overs to people who left you like a leftover. Love yourself. Love who you are. Because the moment you stop loving yourself is the moment you start chasing out the people, places, and things that don't love you. Rise to the challenge. Open your eyes. Tell yourself, I've been down for the last time. Tell yourself, I'm done with probation, I'm done with parole, and tell yourself, I'm done with prison. You got to start understanding there's power in your words. Tell yourself that you're amazing. Tell yourself that you're great. Tell yourself you're the head and not the tail. Tell yourself you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Hey, you might as well speak positive to you because you talk more to you than you talk to anybody throughout the day. Hey, it's your time. It's a winning time. Don't live in doubt and don't live in fear. Don't let fear paralyze you into doing nothing. And again, stay away from nowhere people because nowhere people want to take you back to nowhere. You got to understand, birds of a feather do flock together. So if I'm not getting high, why am I hanging out with people who get high? If I'm not selling drugs, why am I hanging out with people that sell drugs? You got to understand, weigh scales, guns, and bullet shells back to a prison cell. You got to do your own thinking. Your past don't define you. You define you. It's not what they're going to say that matters. What matters is what you say and what you're going to answer to today. Like I always say, you got to stand for something. You got to know who you are, and you got to know who you serve today. How you living. How you living. Because it's time to start living up instead of always being a bottom feeder. It's time to start missing and aiming high and missing instead of always aiming low and hitting. But again, you got to believe in yourself. You're not what they say you are. And every day tell yourself who you are by reminding yourself what you're not. But like I always tell you, you're not your past, you're not a mistake, and you're not a failure. But again, what do you say? See, I get up every day and I say it out loud, and I say it out proud. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. I'm Derek White, and I'm a dope-free soldier. Deuces.